As an industrial designer, it's about the physical design. It's about bringing the shape and size and stuff to form. My role in ReSound 1 has been as a lead designer. So working with various consultants and also all of our in-house experts, and basically bringing all of that knowledge into a size and a shape and a physical being that we can give to people. To me, there was never another sort of option. I never looked at anything else. There was never anything else that sort of had my interest. So it was always drawing and wanting to go that way. I grew up in the very, very rural part of Denmark, in the northern part of Denmark, as on a farm. My father was a farmer. Thought I would be a tractor designer that later moved into a car designer. I wanted to move into medical design basically because it's so difficult. There's so many restrictions, so much you cannot do, and there's such a respect that you have to have for that piece that you have in the end. I think the Scandinavian tradition within design is really, really interesting. That very, very stringent form follows function tradition, trying to take away as much design really as possible and really just have the bare necessity of what you need to actually deliver an object that works to people and to that situation. The first step into this device was actually trying to figure out where does this sit in the ear, because it doesn't sit like this. The ears are not like that, and did a lot of studies into the actual position of it and came up with, to me, the magical 34 degrees, which is basically what we've been sticking to the entire way through. We didn't want to build a technological device. We didn't want to build a piece of electronic equipment that felt like it. We wanted something that was actually like a bit of a jewelry. ReSound 1 is very simple. If you look at it, it's actually just a rhombic form, so it's quite sort of almost a prism. I think when you look at a hearing aid and when you look at where it is and the fact that you've sort of got a device that's so visible. I mean, hearing aid users are just as vain as everybody else. They want something that looks good, something that fits the purpose. So when you brush your hair or touch your ears, you actually don't feel the device. So that sensation of it being not invisible, but transparent and really trying to do the same thing as a pair of glasses. You put it on, you forget they're there. They're very obvious glasses, but still when you converse and when you actually have a conversation, you forget about it. We wanted to do the same. We wanted to basically bring people the opportunity when they went into a conversation, they could sit there and enjoy the conversation, but not thinking about that thing helping them, but really just conversing and taking a natural approach to it. Some of the main challenges in actually doing a hearing aid is the immense amount of components that sits inside of these very, very small, tiny vessels. We've got 2, 3, maybe even 4 antennas in some of these devices, but many of these antennas cannot coexist. They simply cannot live together. So there's a lot of trying to use the battery in there to shield an antenna from another antenna, or all sorts of things that are really trying to sort of, they're working very, very hard against each other, but you try and sort of in the packaging and in the design actually respect that and try and also build a shape that can actually fulfill that. The design behind this is actually sort of a unibody design. It's one volume, so it doesn't have any breaks or anything. It's one volume that carries one color as well. When you grow older, this sort of gray hairs and the steel gray hair that some people get is not very natural, but it's very beautiful. And we wanted to bring that in as well. We have a sparkling silver that actually basically underlines that. Many of the other colors are, you could say, earth tones really, is quite interesting because it sort of fits into the warmth of skin and hair. So it's not a matter of making a lot of colors, it's actually a matter of making a very, very few but meaningful colors. If you can have a silver device or a gold device that actually again brings in that jewelry aspect of it and says this is something I'm proud of, because that's really what we want people to be. We want people to be proud of actually wearing a hearing aid.